everybody, and today a change has been made to the Crucible matchmaking settings. I'm going to read straight from the article. Well, it's not an article, it's a forum post. I'm going to read straight from the post, which explains the reasoning behind these changes and what these changes are supposed to do. So today, the development team is making a few changes to matchmaking settings with the goal of improving your experiences in the Crucible. And then there is a quote straight from the team that deals with this kind of thing. We've made a change to the matchmaking system in an effort to increase match quality. Our specific goal is to reduce the number of matches that begin before they fill up with new players. To achieve this, we are expanding the available skill range for other players earlier and more aggressively. We will also be looking for lower latency matches for longer than before. Essentially, this puts a stronger bias on connection quality with less emphasis on skill matching. This may result in slightly longer matchmaking times in some cases. For some of you, this could mean that you'll be matched against opponents well outside of your skill range. We hope the trade-off is worth it to improve the Crucible ecosystem in general. As always, our work in designing a Crucible experience that serves all players is never finished. Be sure to let us know what you experience out there. Our forum, just like our game, is a constant source of great feedback. These changes are now live in all playlists. After you play some games with the new settings, feel free to post to this thread with any feedback you have. So before I get into being positive, I want to play devil's advocate just a little bit, because of course I'm very happy about this change. I haven't played it yet, so I can't say what the difference feels like, but I think this change is definitely needed. But before I get into all of the positives, let's play devil's advocate for a second. Bungie said before that there is a high emphasis on connection. Connection comes first. Connection's always first. If we can't find a good connection, then it goes to the skill thing, but connection is always first. If that was the case from the beginning, now I'm not saying that Bungie is lying whatsoever, but if that was the case from the beginning, that connection was the most important quality when it comes to finding you a game, then why do these parameters need to be changed? Because we've already had connection-based matchmaking, right? Skill wasn't that much of a focus. It was in there, but connection was always first. So why do they even need to be changed if that was the case? My guess is that the way that Bungie tests for connection to see if a connection is good is either not being done very well, or they have too wide of a view of what a good connection is, which makes us have people from across the world playing in our lobbies. Now, I'm done being devil's advocate. Let's be nice, because this is a good change. Now, this is great. I personally wanted this to be changed, not so I can go and pub stomp and be a pub stomp hero, but just because it definitely feels like the player population in Destiny is much lower than it has been for quite a long time. And when player populations get smaller, you need to make these kind of changes to matchmaking so that connections are good, so quality of games are good. Because as of right now, at least from my experience and the experience of the people I play with, we go into lobbies and it's a 3v1, it's a 4v4, it's a 3v6. Usually there's not a 6v6 on each side. Then on top of that, you have at least one red bar a game, usually, who is incredibly difficult to hit, and you kind of just have to run away from that person and not shoot them because you're not going to be able to play them. Connections have for sure been getting worse. Lobbies not being full has definitely gotten worse. Joining in progress is awful. There's a lot of issues, and a lot of that, I think, stems down to player population. So hopefully with Bungie saying, okay, we're just going to have more of a focus on connection, we're going to try and make sure you guys have a good connection and a good game in terms of being 6v6 and it not being like 4v6 or 1v6 in some cases. I personally do think that trade-off is worth it. I think that even if you are, I don't know, a 0.5 KD player going against a 3 KD player, it's never going to be fun, and it's never going to be good if one of you is lagging, if you don't even stand a chance against this person because you can't even hit them because they're lagging all over the place. I think that that is much worse than just going against someone who outskills you. That's that's my personal opinion. I have not tested out these settings. I will be streaming a little bit later before the podcast to check these settings out. But if you have hopped into any games this morning, because I guess the change was made sometime this morning, let me know in the comment section. Have you found any changes? What do you think about it? If you haven't, let me know in the comment section. What do you think about them putting more of a focus on connection over skill? Do you think this is what we need? I personally feel like it's a band-aid, but at this point in Destiny's lifespan, we can only expect band-aids because Destiny 2 is when we're going to get actual changes to fix some of the issues that we have. So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you are not subscribed, please do hit the subscribe button and make sure you turn on notifications if you are subscribed, because my videos are not showing up for a ton of you. I hear it all the time. Why aren't you uploading? You haven't uploaded in like a month. I'm like, no, I have. So turn on notifications by hitting the little bell. I hate asking people to do that because it's stupid. You shouldn't have to. Anyway, that's a whole different rant. I'm not gonna rant about that. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and I'll speak to you awesome people later. Bye.